This is an update to the UberX how to become a driver tips in LA type of thing. So everybody asking me about some updates, see what I think, if I'm still making money, etc., right? So I'm gonna go over a few of the comments that I got on the actual video and just see if I can answer them for you right now. So, and I'll try to be as detailed as I can. If I don't get all your questions answered, just leave me more in the comments and I'll get back to you. I'll try to get back to you within a day or less. So. Right, so I got one from one of the guys saying, "Hey buddy, thanks for recording it. Just want to see, if you're still making coin. It's been over a month since you made this. Am I still making money? Yes, I am. The reason being is because I know where to go. If you know what are the hotspots of driving, or not even driving, let's say clubbing, right? Let's say you're somebody that just goes out, parties, all that good stuff. You know where the bars are at. You know where the freaking clubs are at. You know which clubs are badass." You also got to keep in mind the demographic, because certain demographics in certain areas really won't use Uber, and that sounds kind of spot picking, but it's the truth. It doesn't happen. I haven't experienced it, so maybe it's different in another state, I don't know, or another city. But here in LA, that's what I've experienced. There's this claim where people say, Uber takes advantage of people. You have to drive 10 minutes just to get to that person, and then later on, they just want a 5-minute ride 1 to 3 miles away. And that's true. People do that. It sucks for the driver. Honestly, it really does. Because that driver probably only gets like $5 to $7, if that. During the week, I can make, within that 3 to 4 hour period that I work in the day, and I usually work after 9 p.m. So all my hours are from 9 p.m. and on. 9 p.m. to 1 a.m., 9 p.m. to 12 a.m., stuff like that, okay? So keep that in mind. I usually make anywhere from, you can make, and I'm gonna tell you what the lowest I've made, and I'm gonna tell you what the highest I've made on a weekday. I've made $40 in a 3-4 hour period. I've also made $100 in a 3-4 hour period. Not even in a 3-4 hour period. I just, average, I'll say 60 to $80. That's what I'll normally stay at 80% of the time during the weekday. Now that's being, sometimes you'll get lucky. Sometimes you'll get that, that one person that wants a ride from like, A to B or A to Z, whatever, and it's gonna be like a $20 to $30 ride. I've gotten 3 of those back to back within an hour, and I made about $90, $80 to $90, and within that 1 hour. So it's possible. But all these claims that you see on the internet or on Craigslist, people posting saying, "Hey, you know what? $35 an hour, $40 an hour," it's not realistic. And keep in mind, out of that whole time that I said I'm working, I'm not really actually driving. I'm just signed on the actual phone to be available to take rides. So in reality, I'm not working all those hours. 60 to 70% of the time, I'm actually just parked somewhere, looking on Vine, looking at some funny videos, going on YouTube, something retarded, whatever, something to pass the time. So don't think this is like a everyday, you're working that whole freaking time. No, I'm signed on 3 to 4 hours, but I'm really only working maybe an hour, hour and a half out of that whole time, if that. I truly make that whole 35, 40, $50 an hour thing is on Fridays and Saturdays. Why? Because Fridays and Saturdays are the days that everybody goes out, everybody goes clubbing to the bars and whatnot, right? On Fridays, I've always made, and keep in mind, I always work the same schedule. I've always made $100, sometimes $150 on a Friday. On Saturdays, I've made anywhere from $150 up to $250 within that same 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. type of thing schedule. The reason is, once again, I'll tell you, and I said it in the previous video, and if you haven't seen this video, I would suggest to go back and watch it again. It's surcharging. When it's surcharging, basically all it is, just to keep it simple, is whatever the normal price is during the weekdays, it'll most likely jump up to 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I've even seen it close to 6, but I'll say 5.5 times the normal price. So let's say I'll use an example. Going from here to Hollywood will probably be $18, maybe 20, from downtown LA, because I'm by downtown LA. All the way to Hollywood will be about $18 to $20, maybe $15 if you're at the very outskirts of it, in the beginning of it. But let's say they're charging 2 to 3 times the price, which is it averages, they stays around between 2 and 3. You're gonna get that person, that $20 ride or whatever, is gonna be $40, $50 within a 15-20 minute period. Easy money. So that's when you really make that whole $35, $40 an hour thing, not all the time as every other place says. So that's the cool part. Let's see where else. Other than that, my advice to all the drivers out there trying to make that money do exactly what I did, and I've said in the first video. Sacrifice a week. You know, drive everywhere. If you don't know what spots are the good spots, then you need to drive everywhere. If you know what spots are good, then you need to go test those spots out. Stay there for an hour. Sometimes you'll be at a certain spot for an hour and a half, not get a call, maybe even 2 hours. I mean, it's happened to me, but you'll get that one ride, or you'll get that one ride where they say, hey, take me here. That's a $20 ride. And as soon as you get to that end point, wherever they tell you, luckily somebody there wants a ride. You know, I've gotten on a weekday, I've taken somebody from downtown to Hermosa Beach, and as soon as I got there, Hermosa Beach wanted to ride back to downtown, so it was like $60-$70 win-win for me within an hour. So just do that, sacrifice it. My one thing that I would not recommend for nobody to do is to just keep driving around expecting to get a call. Never do that. Drive somewhere that it's somewhat like a busy area, tourist area maybe, something like that. Airports, Greyhounds. Obviously in the airport you can't go, but you could be close to the airports because a lot of people don't have cars around there. Advertise amongst your friends, Facebook, you know, Instagram, whatever you have to. But do that. That'll help you guys out. Car, the beating it's taken. It's a beating. It has taken quite a beating, and I don't like it. One of my rims cracked. Not that it's my fault. It was around the rainy week about 2-3 weeks ago here in LA, and I hit a big ass freaking crack. So going down to the west side, like Santa Monica, the 405, I don't know why they're doing construction, but that fucking killed me. Because look what happened to my car. That costed me $600 to fix it because I have aftermarket staggered rims. Yes, I shouldn't have staggered rims. Now I put the stocks on, but whatever. Point of the story is you gotta be mindful of where you drive, where you go, how far you drive, how much gas you waste, because that's where the real money comes in. How much, you know, I made $300 for the week, or let's say $400 for the week, but I ended up spending $120 on gas, or 100, whatever. So you gotta weigh those things in. So don't drive around expecting rides. Just drive somewhere, park, wait there, 15-20 minutes. Doesn't work, go somewhere else, but don't drive far. You know, if you guys want to make some money, go to the west side. You know, like Fridays, the busy search charge times is usually on the west side, like Santa Monica or Hermosa Beach area. Saturdays, everywhere. So, and Saturdays, 60% of the time, from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m., it's gonna be search charging. So that's when you really make the money. So it's still good money because you can work whenever you want, however many hours you want. If you want to have it as a side job, it's cool. Insurance wise, Uber does cover you. Uber has $1 million insurance plan for the riders while on the ride. And if for whatever reason your insurance company doesn't cover you, or you fail to have the proper insurance, Uber will cover your car up to $50,000, up to with a $1,000 deductible. Now this does change pretty. It doesn't change often, but if it does change, just go on the Uber website and check it out. It's on there, what I just said, for those haters out there. Use your GPS. Most people will give you a bad time if they expect you to know the area by heart. If you don't know it by heart, use the GPS. I always use my GPS. Go to Radio Shack or go order online. Put it on your air vent or on the window, whatever it is, and you'll be good. What I make on average a week would be around 400. That's like 400. I'll say 400 to $500, and I only work 9 to 12 hours, never more than that. And that's all I do. So keep that in mind. And that's a pretty good check. So, and that's about it. Any questions? Let me know, guys. Peace.